All right, everybody, we are going live once again. I do not usually go live 2 times in one day, but the details about the assassination, or the would-be assassination, the would-be shooter, they are coming out fast and freaking furious. We have got so much stuff to talk about. We've got a history of arrested for barricading yourself in a some sort of garage with a weapon of mass destruction, which is actually the charges, which turns out to be a full auto back in 2015. You cannot make this stuff up. And of course, the guy is apprehended. Trump is still good. You got pass this one around, guys. This is insane. They do not usually come out this fast with these details, but we're about to walk through it. There's a lot of things that we have got to hit. So as you guys get in here, make sure you get the 5x5. You send this one out. You like the video. If you're watching it again, make sure you subscribe, because this is how we cover all this stuff. Real fast, real furious. Let's get it. I'm just going to walk through this. There's a lot of stuff to cover, but this is crazy how fast it's developing. Trump rushed to safety as Secret Service opens fire on man with an AK-47 near the golf course. Now, again, just to set the table, Trump's fine. We all know Trump's fine. So now the next stage begins. What the actual F just happened? So we know it was an AK-47. That has been confirmed with pictures I'm about to show you that's been released, along with some really stupid commentary. But we'll get to that in a second. So we know there was an AK-47. We know it was the golf course. We know the Secret Service was pounced on Trump the second shots were fired. Now, also, shots were fired. I think the reports are 4 shots. Apparently, it was the Secret Service agents who were doing the forward advance who fired at a muzzle poking through the fence and the bushes, and they were firing at a threat. That's what it looks like. It looks like an AK-47. That's what the reports are. But let's keep going. There's a lot of stuff to cover, guys. I've been going over this since our first live. Donald Trump was rushed to safety by the Secret Service after agents spotted a man with an AK-47 near his golf course and agents opened fire. So it's confirmed agents were the ones that fired. I've got a few things highlighted. I'm just going to stop at the highlight points because a lot of this is just kind of rigmarole stuff. But if we go up here a little bit further, bear with me. This is the first thing I want to show you. So this, oh, you squeeze it in here. This was actually the map of where the suspect was stopped and where Trump was. So this is not something that happened instantly, okay? Because that's not being covered a lot right now. You can see where Trump's actual golf course is on the screen right now. And then he went all the way up and he went over a whole other county before he was arrested. Police were involved. There was different images of the car, the images of the license plate, lots of stuff. So as we're going through this, just keep going. And I think I got a 5x5, so we're pretty good. Okay, sweet. So now let me just keep on going here as we continue, because this is crazy, the stuff that we're about to cover. Sorry, it's being updated as we go. All right. This next one right here. The would-be shooter had a scope on an AK-47 and a GoPro, and he was going to take pictures of his event. The suspect was equipped with a scope on an AK-47 rifle that rendered him not a long distance from Donald Trump, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw said. Bradshaw estimated that Trump and the suspect were probably between 300 and 500 yards apart. So the Secret Service allowed a shooter within 300 to 500 yards again? This time he's got an AK and a scope? Okay, that's a thing. Anyway, and stress that with a rifle and a scope, that's not a long distance from the Secret Service. In the bushes where this guy was an AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks which were hung on the fence, and a ceramic tile in them. That's kind of weird. And a GoPro that he's going to take pictures on. We covered. All right. So as we keep on going, okay, good. The audio video is awesome. Sweet. Someone says it was an SKS that got modernized. Completely possible. It doesn't look like that. I'm about to show you the images, but I'm not there. I'm just kind of reporting on the developments. So here you go. So this is the first image of the backpack and the muzzle that the Secret Service saw and they fired shots at. So those 4 shots were agents when the shooter was in 300 to 500 range of Trump. Okay, we're already at a big problem for me. But anyway, let's keep going. Again, I got all these things highlighted, and then we're going to cover all the backstory as well that I've uncovered. I'm not saying I'm the one that's doing all the work here, but this is a really, really important piece to basically merge together here. So this part is where it gets really uncomfortable. Alleged would-be Trump assassin Ryan Routh donated exclusively to Democrats since 2019. Would-be assassin Ryan Routh donated exclusively to Democrat candidates and causes since 2019. Between September 2019 and March 2020, Routh, who resides in Hawaii, contributed to more than $150 to $40 of Democratic fundraising through platform Act Blue. If you're not familiar, Act Blue is under some issues about some nefarious money shifting and the FCC commission. Okay. I'm not saying it's Democrats' fault. I'm just telling you, objectively, that's going to take out the whole, it was just a mean Republican thing. Just saying, because that does happen a lot with these events. All right, so we are continuing on. Here is the guy in question. Sorry, the internet's kind of bouncing around. This is the would-be assassin right here. Yeah, Hawaiians. Weird. Anyway, let me get here. This is the part where it gets really kind of weird. Bear with me on this and listen. Alleged would-be Trump assassin Ryan Routh, previously convicted of possessing a weapon of mass destruction in 2002. Alleged would-be Trump shooter. Wait, here we go. Yeah, Ryan Wesley Routh was previously convicted in 2002 of possessing a weapon of mass destruction, according to an online North Carolina Department of Adult Corrections record. And I've got that article pulled up. We're going to visit that in a second. He has a conviction for holding on to a weapon of mass destruction. Again, you cannot make this stuff up. We'll come back to it, though. Trust me, this is... wow. Now, right here, this is some backstory. Again, as we keep going, please send this out, like and subscribe, guys, because this is how we grow the channel and we just spread the truth, to be honest. Ryan Routh posted anti-Minneapolis cop rhetoric online among the 2020 riots. Does that start... are you starting to pick up a picture here? Donated to Democrats for 2-3 years around that same time frame. I'm going to show you some more stuff in a second. He also was putting out anti-Minneapolis cop rhetoric online around the 2020 riots. You starting to pick this up? You catching the themes? We're going to keep going. So this is what he said in a tweet. State and local officials can no longer be allowed to handle police oversight. And that's the X account. We must fight for federal DOJ special committee to investigate all present and past cases of police brutality and file charges. We need change. Okay, guys, listen, I'm not saying, but that right there does start to sound like some rhetoric. But anyway, let's keep going. Got more and more. We're going further in time as more things develop, and I'm going to bring you to current. Alleged would-be Trump assassin. This guy invited North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to Hawaii in 2020. That checks out. It's a bizarre invitation. I don't really care about that part. As the site is being updated, my highlights are moving around, so just bear with me. Some more backstory on this, which is mind-boggling. Ryan Routh backed Tulsi Gabbard in 2020 Democratic presidential primary. Look at that. You're starting to see more and more themes. Donated 2019, 2020 exclusively to Democrats. Tulsi Gabbard for Democrat, 2020 for president. Are you starting to see these things, guys? Okay, let's keep going. As we're coming up to date, this is getting really, really interesting. There's Batty right there. His little rib cage showing. Apparently, he doesn't eat a lot of food. Anyway, let's keep going. Second suspected Trump assassin urged Biden to visit the victims for the first assassination attempt in PA. So he's urging Biden to do action. This is what he said. At Joe Biden, you should visit the victims of the hospital and the Trump rally victims and attend the funeral of the fireman that died. Trump certainly never would. Show the world what real leaders do. Again, as we keep going, you're going to pick up a theme here, and we haven't even gotten to the second tabs yet because this is all developing very, very quickly. And of course, X suspends the account. Facebook suspends his account. Trump is up in here being, awesome. All right, so now this part right here. Tell me when this starts to sound familiar. And if you guys are just now catching up, this is the part where it gets really uncomfy if you have a D behind your name. All right. So we've already said prior that they donated exclusively to Democrats 2019, 2020. The Tulsi Gabbard 2020 campaign. Obviously very active in the Democratic side. Again, I'm not pinning anything on the Democrats. I'm just saying there is a consistent theme here. So we have to get this out because one of the favorite things on Twitter or X that the lefties like to do, like Davey Hogg and Harry Sisson, they really like to say Republicans tried again. Well, nope, we're going to go ahead and squash that one before they say it. So here you go. This is word for word. Listen. Routh wrote, democracy is on the ballot, using claim of Biden and Harris. Ryan Routh wrote on X earlier this year that democracy is on the ballot invoking the campaign claim made by President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris months before he allegedly attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose. Are you hearing something very familiar, guys? When you make someone out to be Hitler, you can't really be surprised when the crazy people try to make them not have Hitler. All right, let's keep going even more. Biden and Harris have claimed that Trump, the Republican nominee for president, could end American democracy if he retakes the White House, making the assertion both before and after Trump was grazed by a bullet July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. On August 29th, Harris said at a rally in Savannah, Georgia, "We are fighting for our democracy." On July 31, she said at an event in Houston that our fundamental freedoms are on the ballot and so is our democracy, using identical wording at the sorority event the same day. Then another quote, "Donald Trump wants to turn our democracy into a dictatorship," Harris said July 9th in Las Vegas, 4 days before the first assassination attempt against Trump. Are you guys picking this up? Because literally they're using the exact same campaign rhetoric verbiage that the sitting candidate for Democrat in presidential or the presidential race is using. Guys, this is not good. I mean, goodness gracious. But let's continue. How about for a little break of scum of the earth, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Alleged gunman claimed to be a disillusioned Trump voter. Real Donald Trump, while you were my choice in 2016, I and the world hope that President Trump will be different and better as a candidate, but we're all greatly disappointed and it seems you're getting worse and devolving. Are you, I can't say that word, it's on internet. I'm glad you are gone. Or I'm glad you will be gone. So you're seeing this, guys. Let's keep going. Got even more. This is the one I wanted to say right here. This wife demanding, this right here. Wife of Dem candidate, Trump impeachment witness downplays assassination attempt. Quote, "No ears were harmed." Okay, well, we're going to spend some time on this one. The wife of U.S. House Democratic candidate in Virginia and a former impeachment witness against President Donald Trump in 2019 downplayed the second assassination attempt on Sunday afternoon. Now, this is Alexander Vindman's wife. Alexander Vindman is the guy who was saying that Trump was doing the quid pro quo thing for his impeachment. No ears were harmed. Carry on with your Sunday afternoon, Rachel Vindman, the wife of Alexander Vindman, said. Her husband is a candidate for Virginia's 7. He should condemn it immediately. Alexander Vindman is running for open seat in Virginia's 7th congressional district, which is being left vacant by Representative Abigail Spanberger. I think if memory serves, Spanberger is the one who went Republican and flipped, but don't quote me on that one. But anyway, so Vindman's wife, that's nice. That's real cute. And if you guys are just now getting in, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and we continue. Because again, we're getting to the point where pictures are about to start walking through this. I'm going to show you what's happening. Now this part, I think we get pictures. These are all ads on New York Post, by the way. These aren't mine. What did I highlight right there? Yeah, that's not important. GoPro. Okay. So this is a good part we can focus on. This is how close Trump was, again, to assassination. From reports, Trump was on hole 5 and the assassin was on hole 6 right next to the highway. Then he got on the highway, and that's where the image I showed you earlier of where he was arrested, that's how it got to that point. He was speeding up that highway. So that's how close, right across that water hazard, if you will, that's how close, again, another assassin came to former President Donald Trump. Secret Service, great. Yeah, they kind of recovered. I got to give them a little bit. And this right here, and as I said, that's just Ryan Wesley Routh. That's not important because we've already covered it. Now, let me get over here to the important part. This part is very fascinating. So, we're jumping over to the AP now. If you guys are getting here, we're covering the emerging details that have come out so far. Okay, we're just doing up to date as it comes in. This part right here. Thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate it. Seems like these people, Seems like these would-be Trump assassins have something to do with the Democrats and who's funding them. I want to make very, very clear. I cannot make that assertion. I'm not saying that. I'm merely pointing out some very interesting details that are coming out in the early stages of this. All right. So take that for what you will. But let's continue here on the AP article on it. U.S. Secret Service agents posted a few holes up from where Trump was playing noticed the muzzle of an AK-style rifle sticking through the shrubbery that lines the course roughly 400 yards away. An agent fired and the gunman dropped the rifle and fled in an SUV, leaving the firearms behind along with 2 backpacks, a scope used for aiming, and a GoPro camera, Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw said. The man was stopped and taken into custody in a neighboring county. So there's the point how he's arrested further away. There's something else, though, that I want to reiterate. There again is another map. That's from the AP, so theirs is a little bit harder to see, but effectively same distance. Here we go. This right here. This is what they said happened on the actual field. So as this is developing, more and more stuff is coming out. So Fox News host Sean Hannity was called by the Trump team, and this is what he said. They told Hannity that they had been on the 5th hole and were about to go to putt when they heard 4 pops. Within seconds, he said Witkoff recounted Secret Service agents pounced on Trump and covered him to protect him. So it's another memory of the same thing that happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. So this was close enough at 400 yards to where a Secret Service agent is discharging his weapon to engage a threat. And the baddie here is laying in the bushes with his rifle sticking through a fence post with an AK with a scope on it. And this is where it gets interesting about all the little details about this. There was some reporting. I'm just kind of skimming through. Okay, no, that part's not important. I was skimming through a few of the pieces. Let's leave it here. That some of the reporting was saying that the AK was able to be folded up in the backpack that he had. And I looked at the backpack, and it's like a normal Jansport backpack. But then you look at the rifle, and it looks to be an entirely full-sized AK. I'm going to dive into that a little bit deeper, but it seems to me that's a little odd to say that an AK is going to be folding up into a Jansport little backpack. But anyway, I digress. That's not the most important thing. This is the part where I was telling you I'd show you earlier. Look at this. This is interesting. Man with gun barricades self inside business. Now, I've highlighted the date here. December 16th, 2002, updated January 24, 2015. So this is from originally 22 years ago, all right? Listen to the data that comes from this article. An armed man was arrested Monday morning after barricading himself in a business during a 3-hour standoff, police said. Ryan Ralph, that guy should sound familiar, I've said it a few times, 36, was arrested without incident at 1 a.m. Monday at United Roofing. It doesn't matter where. Ralph was pulled over about 10 p.m. Sunday during a traffic stop, police said, but he put his hand on his firearm and drove to United Roofing where he remained barricaded inside. And this part right here is the payoff. Ralph was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and possession of a weapon of mass destruction. Told you we'd come back to that. Referring to a fully automatic machine gun. He was also charged with resisting, delaying, and obstructing a law enforcement officer and driving while license revoked. Now, here are 2 things. 1, get ready for the gun controllers to say, if we only had common sense gun control to do something about this. Hello! Anyway, now the other part. This is very fascinating, and I'm going to dive into a lot of this. Charged with a concealed weapon and a possession, let me highlight it, and a possession of weapon of mass destruction, referring to an automatic machine gun. Are fully automatic machine guns now considered weapons of mass destruction, and it's a charge and you can be convicted? What? NFA sure got stronger when I was sleeping. Anyway, that's the guy and his history that we've uncovered, and it's been reported. I'm trying to basically put this all this stuff together and put it in a consistent stream of information. But that's what we're talking about, okay? All right, got another super chat. Good. Keep up the good work, sir. Appreciate the work, keeping us informed about 280 News and more. Godspeed and good hunting, brother. Thank you so much, Alaskan. I hope to see you at the IV88 event again. I remember. That's right. I remember. So all the stuff that we're looking at here, guys, there's a lot of crazy things, okay? So let me get back to the image of this guy, because I really wish I could spend time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just kind of freewheel it on the comments right here. I'm going to start looking so you guys don't see me scrolling for the actual picture of the backpack and the gun, because I don't want to make you guys sick, to be honest. But there's an image here, and there's the subtitle that says he was basically folding this AK up into his backpack. So throw into the comments what you guys want me to address and talk about a little bit. But the police have been capturing this guy on video. Come on, where is this image? There's the actual guy. And I'll address the comments here in 1 second once I get to him. I gotta find this. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna come back to it. All right. See, I'm glad I didn't make you guys sick on that one. All right, so now this is where it gets really, really fascinating. This is the actual imagery that they're releasing in their press release, which is very professional with the images and tape. Love it. So on the left is the first image that I showed you with just the muzzle of the AK, the front end of the AK, and then the backpack, and then a GoPro, and then it looks like a piece of plate, a ceramic or something. They mentioned ceramic. But on this right image, this is where it gets really interesting. Let me see if I can actually zoom in for you guys. I don't think I can. No, I can't. There's reporting that that same backpack in the left image is what concealed the AK in the right image. Now, it's completely possible that this thing was folded. I mean, like there was some sort of aftermarket adaptations to it. I don't know how you're getting that AK into that backpack. I'm going to be real. Now, it could just be an errant reporter who just said something that they had no clue on, which is not outside the realm of possibility. But if you're looking at this right here, I'm not quite sure that AK is getting in that backpack, even if you have a foldable stock on it. I'm just saying. I'm just a guy on this internet. But anyway, so let me jump over. I'm gonna leave that there because that's an interesting image. So let's get in here in these comments a little bit because I want to hear what you guys think. Folding an AK, right? Plastic flamingo. Yeah, I mean, it could just be a journalist who doesn't know what he's talking about. The coward fled the scene. Yeah, well, you expect that. But it's clearly, David says, it's clearly the gun to blame, not the Democratic supporting nut job that has a goal to eliminate the opposition. Facts. Let's see. Here we go with the buzzwords from the left. 100%. It's gonna start, and we will be right here to kick it right in the teeth when it comes out because we have the information, we have the knowledge, we have the backstory, we have the Constitution, the Second Amendment, we have the court decisions. Come at me, bro. But anyway, let's keep going. A weapon of mass distraction. That was a nice little touch. Pirate Princess. That's good. Just to give you an idea of how much I appreciate you guys, and I follow your little handles and I get used to seeing them. Pirate Princess, I think, changed her name. It used to be something else. I'm not going to out her, but that's crazy. It's interesting the things that we spend so much time together. We notice these things. State law. It sounds like for the weapon of mass destruction, totally possible. MJA. That's possible. Bubba up. Oh, let's see here. Oh, Rich is in here. Hey, Rich. I didn't see you. And SKS, it's completely possible. I'm not at a point where I'm going to say this is the model, this is the thing. They're saying AK. I'm just going to use it as their language. Braden, if they can declare a shotgun to be a destructive device, why would they be surprised to reclassify a machine gun as a weapon of mass destruction? Fair. A lot of you guys are saying the blue-haired. Let me scroll up. This guy's not. I don't think he's actually blue hair. I think he's just. Oh my gosh! It blended into the flag. He does have blue hair. Oh, you guys are amazing. I swear to you, I thought it blended into the flag behind, and he just had white hair. That is. You guys are on it. This is why we do this. That is hilarious. All right, so it said, Robert Smith said, that's an SKS gas tube and a front sight, $100, maybe. Draco, don't think so. RPK, don't think so. That's hilarious. You guys picked out the blue and I just missed it. I thought it was an SK and a tag. Oh, can't say that. Something chassis. All right, so you guys are starting to get in. Brian, I don't want to hear that. Blue nets, Ukraine flag hair, dude is a beta. You guys are hilarious. Oh, I'm just catching up on your chats real quick. Totally has blue hair. He does. Yeah, I mean, like you guys nailed it. Man, you guys so nailed it. And half blue hair too. That's interesting. That's intriguing even. The flag code. Yeah, it's totally true. I can't allude to a lot of the things you guys are hitting in there. But right now, guys, what we're talking about, let's just see. There's a few more entries while I have you guys here. I don't know what's going to pop up. Let's just roll the dice and see what happens when we rewind this. Yep, there's more stuff. There's more stuff. Here we go. Yeah. All right, listen to this. This is brand new. Son of a... Dadgummit, New York Post, stop updating your stuff. Son of alleged would-be Trump assassin Ryan Routh claims father hates ex-president, but is not a violent person. I don't like Trump either. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. Nothing says denial like this. But the younger Routh, 35, insisted his dad is not violent and was shocked to hear about the allegations. He's my dad, and all he had is a couple traffic tickets as far as I know, the Sun told Daily Mail. That's crazy. Dadgummit. I know my dad and love my dad, but he's nothing. But that's nothing like him. It's so interesting how this consistently happens. Um, yeah, the rest of this is just basic stuff. Can't be the new normal. Okay, cool. All that stuff. So that's what we have right now, guys. We've got some details of the actual weapon use. We've got imagery coming out. We have backpacks that may or may not be folded into it. We don't know. There's apparently a ceramic plate rolling in front as some sort of, I don't know, maybe like a body protection kind of armor thing. We found out he does have half blue hair, which is a thing. Previously arrested for putting his hand on a gun around a cop, barricading himself for 3 hours, and then convicted of having a weapon of mass destruction, which is a full auto, which is a whole different can of worms. But that's kind of the stuff that we're on. We got a super chat right here. Are you team cameraman or team? I don't even know what that means. Oh, that's hilarious. So, guys, CIA. Wow, CIA. You guys, I just read that one. So Secret Service fired off shots. That's what the shots came from. They saw an AK barrel popping out of the bushes through a fence line, and they basically engaged the threat. Which, I mean, that's good. 400 yards is still a little close. Maybe we engage at 600, 800, 900 yards. I don't know. Call me crazy. But anyway, so that's where we're at right now. Those are the details. I've shown you past. I've shown you the stuff that's coming out. I've shown you who the actual attempted would-be assassin is. We've seen a lot of things. The AP didn't really cover anything super different, which I covered. But anyway, I'm going to keep you updated on this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more content from the reactions, from the implications, from the polling, from the election, the impact on the election, all the things. What the gun controllers are going to do, because you know they're going to. But make sure you got that like button hit, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We will keep you updated because we are passing two-way rights on to the next generation every single day. And thank you so much for spending 2 lives with me. That is amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys on the next one.